Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. It's too dramatic to arrest someone for breaking the law. I see. Noted
Before
drama
that
queen.
part of the quote, he said, the world looks to us because we are a pillar of basically law and order and holding people accountable in the justice system. And he ended it also by saying we need to restore equal justice under the law. And in the middle, he was like, but isn't there something we can do to get this? Do we have to? Come on.
I know. Isn't that exactly it? I mean, he said a number of things like that. What was the one? Give me 21 before that. Is this Dana Bash, I think? Yeah.
This kind of action by the Department of Justice, I think, would only fuel further division in the country. And let me also say,
oh, is it rude?
I think it would also send a terrible message to the wider world.
Would it? Terrible.
I mean, we're the emblem of democracy. We're the symbol of justice in the world. And the serious matter, which has already happened once in New York, of indicting a former president of the United States sends a terrible message to the world. I hope the DOJ thinks better of it and resolves these issues without an indictment.
Sir, I just want to clarify. What you're saying is that if they believe he committed a crime, they should not go forward with an indictment. You just talked before about committing to the rule of law.
Let me be clear that no one's above the law.
Okay.
And that's right. I mean, it makes no sense, Dana. What the hairs they're trying to split.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, he's going to twist himself into a little, Pence pretzel.
Yeah.
But the fact that he thinks he even has a shot at the White House is unbelievable to me.
Yeah. So the grand jury heard testimony yesterday in the Trump documents case in Florida. After his grand jury appearance, whoever this guy is, Taylor Budowich.
Sure.
Posted a message on Twitter saying he answered every question honestly. He described the grand jury inquiry as a bogus and deeply troubling effort to use the power of government to get Trump. I mean, these guys are all full of bluster, right? Until they're not. Until, like Mark Meadows, they have to make a deal.
Exactly. And, the article about Mark Meadows, his lawyer said, my client will tell the truth whenever required by law. And that's exactly what all these people are doing. They're spouting all of this crap on Truth Social or online because they're not under oath. The moment they're under oath and they're actually testifying, I guarantee what he said in front of a grand jury was not what he tweeted out.
Yeah. And by the way, this whole James Comer, whatever, it's all a look over there. This is a Rudy Giuliani Burisma conspiracy theory that even Bill Barr investigated and said there's no there there. That is what all this smoke is about. James Comer yesterday.
Tell us what country Joe Biden was taking money from that you said is so bad, even worse than China.
Well, we know that we've already disclosed what happened in Romania. There are 3 other countries that we found transactions from that we're trying to trace bank records. We're following the money. But this particular country yesterday, with this particular document with the FBI, pertains to Ukraine.
Oh, okay. Right. Again, the aforementioned bull. Allison Gill was on here with us live when this happened, and she was saying, I haven't stopped laughing. That's what this is?
Yeah.
This is this Rudy crap.
Yeah, they got it from Rudy. They're all of their documents that they're like, we need to be released. They're from Giuliani. I mean, it's hysterical.
Right. And one more, Comer.
If Christopher Wray doesn't turn over that document, is he going to go to prison?
Well, that's up to Christopher Wray. I know that I wouldn't want to be held in contempt of Congress and end up in prison being the former head of the FBI.
Yeah, that'd be awful. He's already dropped his stupid threat against contempt against Wray because he's already seen the document, and they're going to show the document, the document that we just talked about, to the entire committee. So whatever. Okay, we would like to welcome Representative Luna, short for
Lunatic.
Yes. Who to the Crazy Caucus. Yeah. You can't give Marjorie Taylor Greene and Bobo all the love. Yeah, this is her talking about a mole. There's a mole in our organization.
The FBI has moles within the FBI that are actively leaking information to the Biden family, specifically Hunter Biden. It was brought to our attention that there was a mole within the FBI by the name of One Eye that was updating Hunter on what was currently taking place.
Maybe you could talk to One Eye, since every tweet looks like, where's Hunter? One Eye knows where he is. So if he's giving him information, maybe see if he can connect you.
Right. Okay. She went on to say.
It's in my opinion that the FBI, one, is definitely not something that we trust as House oversight, but also too that they have an issue within their own institutions with accountability and leaks.
Yeah, the one-eyed mole.
Do they?
I have a feeling
they
that's
have
what
they do have the superpower of not caring how ridiculous they look, right?
I guess.
Yeah. Sorry, Dana.
I know someone's penis has been nicknamed the one-eyed mole in Congress by now, for sure.
Matt Gaetz.
I don't know what to say about these people. Dysfunction caucus eventually shuts down the House. McCarthy was blindsided. He's lost control of both his one-eyed mole and his caucus.
Oh dear.
Yes.
The Speaker of the House,
Representative
Kevin McCarthy.
Rapey McForehead, Matt Gaetz.
McCarthy has to decide who's his coalition partner going to be, Hakeem Jeffries or us. And if he chooses, he can't. The
way the cartel works,
he has to be monogamous.
He'd rather have Hakeem Jeffries. We saw that in the spending bill.
But we're going to force him into a monogamous relationship with one or the other. What we're not going to do is hang out with him for 5 months and then watch him go jump in the back seat with Hakeem Jeffries, and sell the nation out and underwrite $4 trillion in debt.
I mean, for someone who doesn't sex traffic underage girls across borders, he sure makes a lot of sexual euphemisms when he's talking about politics.
Yes, he certainly does. Wow, fight, big bag of rats. You're all equally awful. The someone in the moderate Republican, I don't know, whatever called the group, the Dysfunction Caucus, and apparently Kevin McCarthy was blindsided about them bringing to the halt. Okay, Lauren Boebert in the...
Now leadership is threatening to send everyone home because we are holding the floor and cancel all of those committees that are having hearings and doing actual work. That means that they are going to cancel this markup to hold Christopher Wray in contempt. Now, we are not going back to the Pelosi era of politics. And
the imperial speakership is over?
The imperial speakership is over, as it was greatly stated yesterday. And we have some demands.
By that, she means an actual functioning Congress where there was a good speaker who actually was in control of the House floor, and then they passed bills that were actually helpful to real people, Dana, and not, about, is it gas stoves? I'm sorry. This is Representative Ogles.
What can you do to keep them out of our kitchens? I love my gas stove.
Well, so I'm a country boy from that lives in Tennessee. We have a gas stove. We live back in the valley on top of a hill, and so when the ice storms come in Tennessee, we may be locked in for a few days, and so I need my gas stove. My family needs the gas stove, right?
Or we might freeze.
No one is taking your gas stove. Oh my God. And who's this one? Representative Mast is the other. Okay. Clown car.
Next step, probably the most un-American thing as we move between Memorial Day and 4th of July, is that they'll start banning grills. That's the equivalent of what they're doing. You can't have gas stoves. Next step would be probably more Americans have grills than gas stoves.
All right.
That's the lengths at which they're using a government bureaucratic agency, calling it product safety. These are probably the same people that banned yard darts or something like that, coming into each and every person's home.
Yeah, the gays are coming for your grills.
This is the same thing. It sounds the same thing when they're like, you can't let gays get married because then dolphins are going to start marrying ducks. They can't come from our gas stoves because then what's next? The grills. And then after that lighter in my pocket, are they just going to come frisk me and take the little lighter in my pocket? I can't.
I'm head of the Slippery Slope Coalition, and this is. Do you think the American people are getting a sense yet that these people can't govern, don't want to govern, don't want to work on anything that actual Americans care about?
I think that the moderates, at least in this country, where they, I know there's some people that can be swayed to one side of the political spectrum or the other, are probably over this crap. I mean, at least I believe most of the moderates and some of the independents are intelligent people in this. These people are lunatics. Taxes are not, especially because they're not a fiscally conservative party anymore. Right. That's for sure. Right. I don't know if they ever have been.
Right. This is a Pride Month thing that I just still can't believe where we are in 2023. With Pride Month in full swing, some organizers are scrambling to make last-minute changes to their annual celebrations to comply with new legislation aimed at restricting drag performances. Revelers attending Pride in Naples, Florida will have to watch drag performances indoors. Pride spectators in Missoula, Montana might notice an uptick in police and private security personnel because of threats. Pride organizers have to do what they feel like they need to do in their local community to make sure they can hold an event and not create chaos for their attendees, said one co-president of Pride. It's disappointing that we have some organizations modifying their plans and not having drag performances out of fear. What was only seen only last year as a far-off proposal by a handful of conservative lawmakers, the effort to limit drag, a centuries-old art form that has deep roots in the queer community, has gained significant traction in recent months. Republican legislators in at least 19 states have proposed measures this year to restrict where and in front of who drag performances can take place. The majority of bills proposed this year aim to ban children from seeing drag, even though most drag shows take place at nightclubs and bars that already prohibit anybody under 21. I mean, this stuff is just, I cannot believe this nonsense is here in 2023.
It's also ridiculous because if you are taking your child to a pride celebration, you are part of our allied community. Mm-hmm. It is a public forum. It's not like some conservative parent is going to wander through the streets of, of Hillcrest in San Diego and go, how did we end up in this pride parade? Why are we on a float? Don't look over there. There's drag queens. Like, this is for the community that supports them. No one's going to be upset about it. It is an absurd